Hi guys, today's video is huge. I mean, look at this eyeshadow and tell me it's not out of this world. I'm obsessed. Other than this eyeshadow, I also used some of my current absolute favorite products in this look. It's a lot of good stuff. Now, if you're interested in how I created this look with these amazing products, please keep watching. Let's jump right into my base, shall we? For my base, I'm using the Makeup Forever HD Skin Undetectable Longwear Foundation in the shade 1N10 Ivory. By the way, for today's video editing, I'm not doing any speeding, fast forward effects because I want you to see all these products' performance in real time, so you have a better idea of how it applies. Okay, this foundation is so beautiful. It feels pretty lightweight on the face when you apply it. It's so easy to blend out. Look at this, it takes me no time to make it look so perfect. It's a medium coverage foundation, however, you can easily build it up to almost a full coverage. And it has the most stunning kind of skin-like natural finish. On my face, I'm also seeing a bit of a creamy, radiant reflect to it. I mean, it's gonna be up to your skin type and skincare prep too, but all in all, this is a solid product. Next, I'm using the LYSTriple Fix Brightening Concealer in the shade LN3. I'm applying not a lot, just to brighten up my under eyes and around my nose area. It's a semi-matte finish with at least of a medium coverage. But when you apply just a little, it's super brightening and it sits pretty well under foundations. I mean, look at this. It does the job pretty well. To set my under eyes, I'm using my McGrath Sublime Perfection Blurring Under Eye Setting Powder in the shade Light, which is translucent. This is by far the best under eye setting powder I have ever used. It's just perfection. It's so fine and it sets, it's not drying, it's hard to detect. You can just keep piling it up if you want and no one can tell that you wear powder under your eyes. I highly recommend this one. To set my T-zone, I'm using my Mercier Ultra Blur Talc-Free Translucent Setting Powder. This guy is blurring. It's also pretty matte actually. So if you love that radiant finish, you may not love this powder, but I love it for my T-zone because my T-zone tends to get pretty shiny throughout the day. For the rest of my face, I'm using my Hourglass Ambient Lighting Powder in the shade Dim Light. This one is radiant for sure and it's a bit darker than my skin tone, so it makes my face look more dimensional in an undetectable way. And I just realized that the blush I wanted to use was a cream blush, but I just set my whole face. But I decided to use it anyway because I really wanted to try out this blush. Look at this sponge applicator. It's so satisfying to watch it load up. This is the Charlotte Tilbury Matte Beauty Blush Wand in the shade Pink Pop. So I started with quite a few dots for the first layer and I really don't know what to say other than I love it. It's super easy to blend out even on top of powder. The finish is beautiful. It's not a complete matte, it's like a satin smooth finish. And I love this color. It's so youthful. It gives the exact right amount of pigment and it's super easy to blend out. As you can see, oh my goodness, money well spent. Well, I was about to launch this video, but I forgot to talk about the color, which is one of the most important elements people pay attention to, I believe. So this color, it's not a baby pink. Like, it's not a purpley pink like the Dior Rosy Glow or the recently launched Too Faced Cloud Crush Blurring Blush in the shade Candy Cloud. It's a tiny bit warmer. I don't want to call it a peachier pink because it's not very peachy. To me, it's more like a neutral toned pink. It's just not very purpley, if it makes sense, but it pops for sure and it's definitely a pinky pink and I love it. Alright, I'm really happy with how it blends, as you can probably tell. Now I'm gonna try to build up another layer and see how it builds up. You will also see my eyes turn kind of red because I sneezed like 2,000 times. And here we go, one more. Don't worry, my eyes will go back to normal in a bit. Well, guess what? It builds up beautifully. Still really easy to blend out. You've got time with this stuff. It doesn't dry out as you leave it on your face. I know it because I literally sneezed non-stop for like a good 5 minutes while the dots just sitting on my face, and then it sets into this beautiful, youthful, blushing like blush on my face. For powder bronzer, I'm using my ILIA NightLite bronzer in the shade Drawn In. This is my perfect winter shade when my skin is so pale. It may be just a bit too light for me in the summer when I have a tan on. This bronzer is so natural. You don't have to be skillful with this product at all. It just glides on and it's super easy to blend out. Okay, this Dior Backstage highlighter. I get so excited to use this product every time. Let's take a few seconds to admire the beauty of this highlighter, shall we? I have the shade Universal, which is the lighter palette they came out with. They also have a deeper palette. For some reason, every time I apply highlighter, the camera just decided to go out of focus. And I'm putting this light champagne golden color on my cheekbones, on top of my brow bones, and my nose. This stuff is beautiful, so smooth and light reflecting at the same time. I don't know if I was too excited, but I was sweating a bit, so my face got a little shiny. So I got my Kosas Cloud Set powder to touch up my face a bit. But I kind of regret it because I used way too much and it makes my base now look a bit textury. But you will see that it melts in a bit and it will look fine. And then I quickly draw my brows off camera, and guys, the most exciting part is yet to come. I'm gonna pass out. I'm gonna use my McGrath Mothership 10 Moonlit Seduction palette on my eyes for the first time. Look at this gorgeous palette, I can't take it. First, I'm taking this beautiful pinky rosy shade called Plump Cabaret with a soft eyeshadow blending blush. I put this shade all over my crease, starting from the outer part of my eyes. This shade is so beautiful and feminine. Let me bring you in a bit closer. Guys, these eyeshadows are so blendable, so I'm building it up slowly. Whenever I felt like I went a bit overboard, I just used the brush for my under eye powder to blend it out. And I got too excited that I splashed water all over the next shade I was going to use next. So I got a piece of face tissue and I'm cleaning it up carefully. Then I went back to build up one more layer of this Plump Cabaret shade. This shade is so beautiful even on its own. Next, I'm using the shade Extreme Nocturne with a smaller blending brush to deepen up my outer corner. I try to be more precise with this shade and I'm taking it little by little so I don't mess it up by darkening it too much. I only want to use this shade to build depth instead of the color itself for this eye look, if it makes sense. Alright, we're getting to the exciting parts. I'm taking this shade Bleeds Venus. It's a pinky shade with like white gold reflects. I was shocked by how impactful it is. It is stunning, even by itself. It's super light reflecting, yet it has this wet look with like fine and smooth shimmers and glitters. It's so good. It's so easy to apply, I can imagine it being a perfect topper for any of my eyeshadows. Okay, next, I'm gonna go into this most exciting shade. You know what I'm talking about? This is the special shade VR Sextasy. I'm gonna put it all over my eyelid and oh my god, I'm just speechless. What is this color even? I know it is like a multi-duo shade, but I mean, I can't even explain this color. It has all of the most beautiful color in this world in one. It's like a spectrum. I don't even know what I'm talking about. This is probably the most beautiful eyeshadow I've ever had. I need a moment to calm down. This shade has a ton of texture, so it does have fallouts. I don't mind it, but if this is something that you mind, you may want to do your eyes first before your face. And then I'm taking this smaller blending brush again to clean out the edges. I'm taking this shade Bleeds Venus again and apply it to the inner part of my lower lash line as well as my inner corners. Lastly, for eyeshadows, I'm taking Plum Cabaret and applying it to the outer part of my lower lash line. Oh, sorry, here's the last step. I'm taking both Plum Cabaret and Extreme Nocturne to slightly build up the depth of my crease. There we have it for eyeshadows. I'm gonna do eyeliner and mascara off camera. I am only gonna apply eyeliner on my waterline. For lips, I'm first using the Makeup Forever Artist Color Pencil in the shade Anywhere Caffeine to outline my lips. This pencil is so creamy and long-lasting. The shade is beautiful. It's a nude with a bit of depth. Then I'm taking my Charlotte Tilbury Matte Revolution lipstick in the shade Pillow Talk. With a tapping motion, I'm applying it on the center of my lips. Lastly, I'm using the Anastasia Beverly Hills Matte and Satin Velvet lipstick in the shade Haze to make my lips look more nude. There you have it. This is my finished look with some of my favorite products. I love this look and almost everything I used today. Well, at least all the products I've mentioned, especially this eyeshadow. I don't even want to take my makeup off. I hope you like this look as much as I do. If you enjoyed this video, please click like. It would help me out so much. If you love makeup too, please subscribe to my channel. Thank you so much for your time. My name is Taylor, and I hope to see you in my next video. Bye bye.